Hello everyone, I am Satyam and in this video we will be learning about the switch statement in JavaScript. So guys, switch statement is basically a conditional statement. So as we all know that conditional statements are if-else statements in which we have to do something based on the specific condition. For example, if a user wants to vote, so we have to check whether his age is greater than or equals to 18, so then he or she can vote. So in this case we will check if the age is greater than or equals to 18, then he can vote, otherwise not. So but there are many cases where we have to check there are many cases in which we have multiple if statements. Suppose I have to take a random number and the user has to guess that number. Now I have set it that thing the number will be in between 1 and 10. So the user has to check their luck whether they guess the right number or not. In this case, what you will be thinking is you set a variable to a specific number, and then you will check if this is equals to 1, if this equals to 2, if this equals to 3, something like that. Then you have to write 10 conditional statements, but it will become very difficult to write so much code and so much words in your code. So what we will do here is we will simply write a switch statement. So we will see what is a switch statement. So switch statement helps us to make decisions based on some specific cases. Like if we have 10 cases, then we will make 10 else if blocks to perform that task. But with the help of switch statement, the whole code looks much better and become more efficient. So if you are writing like 10 if else block, so in that case you can even write it as a switch statement. So switch statement help you to make your code shorter and it will become much more readable, because we will directly go and see it's the conditions which we are checking in the different cases. So it will help other developers to learn about our code more quickly. So let's dive into the coding part now. So without using switch statement, what we have to do is I have declared a variable I as 20. I am checking whether I is less than equals to 10, but this condition false, so we will print out wrong if this condition works. Else if the value of I is less than 20, then again we will print it as wrong. If the I percentage 3, now as we all know that percentage is the modulus operator, and with the help of modulus operator we will check whether the number divides a specific number or not. Like if I say 6 modulus 3, then we will get the remainder as 0. It means that 6 is divisible by 3. But if we divide 7 by 3, then we get 1 as the remainder. So 7 is not divisible by 3. So similarly in this case I have divided 20 by 3, but we get the remainder as 2, which is not equals to 0. So our condition is still wrong. So in the last thing I have written if I equals to 20, then set it as right. We will get the output as right. Else I have simply printed out lots of cases, because there are lots of cases. You have to check many conditions in your case, so we will avoid that part of code. So what we can do here is we can use a switch statement. You can see how your code is looking much more simpler than before. So with the help of switch statement, what you have to do is I have declared the same variable I with the value of 20, and in the switch statement write switch, and then in the parenthesis write the value that you want to check. So I want to check for the value of I. So now comes the case parts. So in switch statements there are various cases, like in this case we have to do this, in this case we have to do this. So case 10 means if the value of I is 10, then execute this block and then break. Break is very important in switch statements. We will learn about break and continue in the upcoming videos, but in simpler terms we have to say that if without using break, the switch will work like we have written 10 different if statements, but with using break the all these blocks will work like if else if blocks. So if the case is correct, then the block will directly execute and then break, and we will go after the else block. So similar is the case. So in this case we have written the first case is 10. So 10 gives a console.log wrong and then breaks, and then is the case of 15 which is also wrong, and then the case 20. Now I is equals to 20 and then the case matches and we will get a result as true, so that block executes, so we will get the output as right. But and then we break. But now suppose like if statements we have a else block, like all the if or else if statements if fail, then the else block is executed. Similarly in the switch statements the default block is executed, like if no case matches your result, then the default case will execute, so we will get the output as too many cases in the default. Please note the syntax and try to write your own code in switch statement without looking at my code, and try to make a simpler simpler prompt that you ask a user for something and then match that thing with the case. That will help you to learn about the switch statements. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you are enjoying these videos. There are much more things in your path, so we will cover all the important things that you must know to become a JavaScript developer. So with the help of these videos you can even participate in hackathons or something like that, because you know JavaScript, and I will clear your logic much more. So thank you guys, and stay tuned with the Unacademy for more videos, and you can get the full source code of this video and all the other videos at the following link. So thank you guys.